Sid's harem continues to grow in episode 6 of Eminence and Shadow. Really did enjoy this episode, kind of taken away from all the stuff that I'm kind of frustrated about the series and just focusing in on the stuff that I just can't get enough of. The girls, getting into them, and yes, the more goofy side of Sid, where he's either trying to cover up what he's doing or additionally being dragged around by the whims of the girls that he is kind of a lead of. Got a lot of feedback last episode, a lot of people mad about how I feel about Sid. That's fine. I love the comments. I don't take anything super serious, so it's perfectly fine. But it really does go to the point of this character that I'm trying to learn over time, and I think a lot of people that know the source material kind of know what they get with Sid, and I'm just still trying to learn him. But no, good episode overall. I think there was several sides to this whole episode, one being obviously Idis and Alexia trying to figure out things around the Cult of Diablos, and additionally, these two Shadow Gardens that are going on. I like that they kind of dispelled the myth around the other Shadow Garden with Idis and Alexia, but it still does seem like I was kind of mentioning with the last episode, does Idis see Shadow Garden as being a threat? And it seems as if she does. Alexia asks her, which one do you think is our enemy? Both. Anybody that will do harm to my kingdom is obviously somebody that I'm going to take as a threat. And yes, technically Sid blew up an entire area of it. She doesn't like it. But it does seem like she's still kind of captured by Alpha, because she did meet Alpha in the last episode, so she is captivated by her, curious about her. So I kind of think that it is thinking about Alpha once again. I almost think that they're going to run into each other again. Like these two are going to at some point meet once again. But no, they are looking into this artifact they found in the Cult of Diablos. They're trying to figure out what it is, and so they give it to Sherry. And it seems like Sherry is known for doing really well in research, so they kind of employ her specifically. Mark my words, something's going on with the dad. Something's going on with the dad. Sherry has this father that is like coughing all the time, like he's got something and he won't go see the doctor. But either he's gonna croak or he's probably a part of the Cult of Diablos. I'm kind of thinking that it's gonna turn into something where, yes, he adopted Sherry, but he was adopting Sherry in order to look into the device and somehow got her roped into the situation. He's gonna be, again, a part of the Cult of Diablos, and wanting her to decipher it so that he can take it away and go, ha ha ha, I'm sorry, Sherry. I needed to use you this whole time. I see it coming. But now we continue this whole thing where she's discovering love with Sid because, yes, he confronted her that one time, and yes, later on decides to casually drop some chocolate in front of her, and the father kind of runs off with it, this idea that you need to learn to interact with other people and meet people and discover love and all this kind of stuff. And so yeah, she's going to be dealt doki doki with him because father's kind of bumping her in that direction. Now, my curiosity around Sherry right now stems in what she mentioned, the idea of, okay, this thing, the wording in it is the same as the research that my mother was doing. Now, it didn't really quite place it, other than the idea that, yes, her father currently is her adopted father. Now, it didn't clarify as to if her mother was her adopted mother or was it her actual mother, and he maybe knew about her research and then adopted her, which, yes, ties back to my previous theory that if it's her actual mother and not this guy's wife, he probably killed her. He probably killed her and then brought Sherry in to continue the research. It's going to be something stupid like that. On the side of Sid, yes, we get the aftermath of everything with Alexia. He's still telling his friends that they're not in a relationship anymore, but they eventually talk about this place that sells chocolate. This place that's super popular now, which I don't know how he would not have known about this place if it was that insanely popular. It's like a huge, massive mall with a mansion on top of it, but he has no clue about it. He gets dragged over there by the friends, and eventually some lady comes over and wants him to do a survey, which this ends up being New. And New apparently is a new member of the Shadow Garden, and she brings him all the way up to meet Gamma. Yes, Gamma, apparently a long time ago, Sid told her about all the stuff of his previous life, saying that there's like the secrets of the shadow or something like that. And she basically took all that knowledge and produced them into this world. So now there's this big mall that has all the niceties and stuff of our current time Japan. How she got that much information out of what he told her, like, I don't think that he mentioned like every single process of making chocolate and stuff, but that's fine. Don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. But yes, apparently Gamma went off and made this big place, and she is making billions of dollars or whatever currency they have in this world, which completely throws Sid off. I like at the very end when he goes to leave, he's talking about how, oh, that's like 100% discount, and this little Tingel's going around and grabbing one of the coins, and they're just laughing stupidly. It's like, I don't think they would have a problem with you just saying, hey, I'm gonna take a couple of these, but again, he's trying to keep this facade that he doesn't care, which is yes, to his credit. But no, Gamo was great. He mentioned the idea that she's like super smart, which makes sense as to why she was able to concoct this stuff just based on whatever information he was able to give. But she's super not. He said it's not super athletic. I was saying no, she's just clumsy. But yes, she's a clumsy dork. I know I'm getting albedo vibes from her for some reason. I know, not the same at all, because she's not like doing the whole derpy faces and getting overly excited by seeing him. But at least we now know how the Shadow Garden's making all their money. But now this all leads to the fake Shadow Garden encounter, which, yes, Sid's walking home with his buddies, and at some point here's combat happening, so he makes up something about how he's gonna go poop in an alley, and he doesn't want to be embarrassed, so they should leave without him. And they're like, oh, we won't tell anybody. There's this stupid, like, self-sacrificing scene with them just getting overly dramatic about, we won't tell anybody what happened. We'll take it to the grave. And then he's like literally telling them to go. I'm about to go. And then they're just like acting as if he's about to die. We'll never forget you kind of moment. It was stupid. It was way stupid, but I liked it. But no, it kind of just adds to it in the idea that like once they like run off and you have this dramatic, over detailed scene, suddenly it's like, okay, now he walks away. But no, it kind of goes to the stupidity of Sid and the idea that his entire time he believes that Alexia is this Shadow Garden, this evil Shadow Garden. Like, oh, because she nearly killed me before. She's probably the one that's going around taking people out. And it's like, where the hell did you come to that conclusion? Because she attacked you for denying her, she suddenly became the evil Shadow Garden? But no, he ends up fighting her, and she's fighting the evil Shadow Garden. And it seems like they're all like, I don't know, mind control or something like that. Because all they're doing is repeating, I'm Shadow Garden, I'm Shadow Garden. That's all they're repeating. So it almost makes it as if they're like, I don't know, warped minds, mind controlled, brainwashed, something. But he comes in there, saves Alexia, kind of confirms that no, this is a bad group. That's how she knows, and goes and tells Idis. But additionally, one of them goes to run away, and Nu shows up. And she says, I'll take care of this. I'll interrogate him to get all the information out of him, and Sid kind of lets her have it. And I'm already thinking that Nu is not, I don't know. I'm two sides. Yes, on one side, they've been pretty much laying it out that Shadow Garden, all these girls are very smart and they do a lot of research and they look into a lot of things and they're trying to find the cult of Diablos. I don't see them overlooking the idea that Nu is actually a part of this group, the one that's making these evil Shadow Gardens. But I can totally see the idea that, yes, she's undercover with the actual Shadow Garden to spy for them, because I don't see any other reason why some other group would know who the Shadow Garden is. If you're the Eminence and Shadow and you're Shadow Garden, nobody should know who you are. You should be working in secrecy. And these people seem to know at least how they look, what they're doing, and how they're going around and doing stuff. So it makes me believe that somebody infiltrated the Shadow Garden and is leaking information. And if that's the case, Nu taking over with this guy wants to finish him off so that he doesn't leak information about that group. But we'll see. She even has like one of those slime suits, so I don't know that she would be somebody from the other side. But we did get a brief shot, this Mr. Gaunt Knight, which is apparently sending out the Shadow Garden people, and they're apparently looking for something. My assumption there is they're looking for that artifact that Sherry's currently looking into. Now, as to if this evil Shadow Garden group is a part of the Diablos cult, I don't know. I don't know why they would be using the name of Shadow Garden in order to find this artifact when they're the group of Diablos that seems to be more secretive than even the Shadow Garden at this point. His stupid friends, dude. One goes after an upperclassman that's already got like a fiance, and the other one goes after somebody that he's been stalking for the longest time. Like, he's got this little booklet that has all the information, like what kind of underwear she wears and her sizes. Oh, his friends are terrible. His friends are actual. And that's, again, to the joke of what he's doing there. This background characters that are absolute trope, waste of space. But we'll see where it goes from here. Good episode overall, though. Even though we've technically established one of the major tropes of isekais, which is establish a niceties of modern times Japan shop that makes billions of dollars. But we'll see where it goes from here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. Greatly appreciated, but it does. And y'all take care.